This podcast is not rated. Listener discretion advised.
Mission 215.
Welcome to this thing we call a podcast. Whether or not it's worth it, I don't know. My thoughts on life and death.
I don't know
have come to
anymore.
the front.
Guys, we're all gonna die.
That's not
Can
true.
we play a game?
I want to play dodgeball
this
for my life
fucking
instead
movie.
of chess.
Dodgeball.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I don't know. If Death was up for it, he'd be some kind of nasty bully. Yeah. All right.
He seems
punk.
pretty reasonable for a person who murders every person ever.
He seems like a weakling.
Pretty calm.
Yeah, he's got those superpowers though. But yeah, so we watched all the best movies of all time. We're watching the last Ingmar Bergman this week, you guys. Well, first, yay! On the list, I'm one of your hosts, Denny, and joining me are
John?
And TC.
And this is actually the fourth Ingmar Bergman and the first complete list of someone who has as high as 4 movies on this list, if that makes any sense.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's the first of like that. We've gone through the full collection of his works on this list.
Yes, he is
Oh my
tied
God, I'm
for
so
number 12.
glad that's over.
Yeah. Finishing off with this is the one that made his career, supposedly.
Yes,
Jesus.
started it at the very least.
Right. I
Uh,
mean, he'd already made like tens of films or like
Tens of
teens
tens
of films.
Teens.
Tens of
That's
films.
words. That's some good words.
I feel like that asshole would fucking play. Well, I've made tens of films. How many have you made?
Yes.
Yeah.
John, what do we do on this podcast?
Well, Denny, I'm glad you asked.
I'm glad you're about to tell me, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to stop making fun of me, then I'll
I'm
regret
glad
it.
you're glad I asked.
And in which case, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm glad you're glad that I'm about to tell you.
Yes.
Anyway,
Huh?
well, since you did ask, we some time ago froze the top 250 movies as voted by IMDb users, and every week we've been watching one. So we watch it and we try to review a little history of the film, facts and trivias, talk about what we liked about it, and that's about it.
And we watch commentary by Mr. Peter Cowie every single time, and Ingmar Bergman is on the
Is
list.
it the same guy?
You must be ready to blow your brains
Peter
out.
Cowie. Why, Mr. Cowie? Why?
Oh, jeez.
But
Oh,
TC,
man.
I kind of wish you weren't going first in this one, because go for it.
If I never watch an Ingmar Bergman movie ever again in my life, it will be way too soon.
You can watch Fanny and Alexander again.
I'm
right?
out of spite.
Nope.
I'm putting that one on the back burner
They're
too.
all- they're all
fucking
dead to you
hate
now, huh?
these movies. I hate. Underlined, bold, capital, whatever the
Wow.
hell you want to do to just kind of show it. I fucking hate
I
Ingmar
think this
Bergman.
project has ruined you for classic films. Like, you
I-
might have not been so upset if you didn't
Honestly,
have to,
I feel like if it was 1 or 2 a year I
Right,
had to
right.
do, I'd be okay. I'd be like, I'll sit through it. I'll
But
shut
no,
my mouth. These
no,
people
this
like
is
it. No.
Clockwork Orange,
It's
have your
every
eyeballs screwed
fucking
open.
week. Yeah. Jesus.
I'm just seeing the
man.
Clockwork Orange scene with TC there, and instead of like pornography, he's being forced to watch these classic movies.
Yeah, you will watch 1954. Yeah.
Gonna watch Elephant
God
Man with Beethoven on in the
damn it.
background.
Yeah.
Jesus. And they're going to do like a split screen. It's going to be 4 quadrants. It's going to be
and
all
then-
black and white
then
movies.
You'll be like, is it over? Is it over? And they'll be like,
Is it? No,
TC.
no.
Now it's time for the commentary.
No.
Mr.
Not my ears, too. Just my eyes. Just
My boredom.
eyes.
Oh, my boredom.
Oh, my God. I mean, I was with a friend for a bit, like when I turned it on, and
That's
And
a
then
bad
the
idea. That's a bad
the
idea.
subtitles came on. I go, oh no, not subtitles too.
It's all that
Jesus, this is just a mess to begin with. Actually, I think the most fun I had is looking at the actors and going, who does this person look like in the contemporary world? Because
They did seem familiar.
They did.
I
It's like
agree.
they could have been the father of like some of these people that I see on TV now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Max von Sydow was pretty famous.
I tried to look up who the baby was.
Ah,
but
the baby.
I couldn't find out who the baby was growing up. I've just been interested.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of camera movement. I guess that was cool then. I don't fucking know. I have no ability to care about these classic films, and it's definitely ruining it's like, oh, that's that from that year? Oh, no, I'm not. I'm good. No, I'm definitely not watching it.
That's
No,
not
it's
entirely
amazing.
true, TC.
And
The
then
majority is
when
true.
they say, oh no, it's one of the best movies ever made, I go, yeah, that's bullshit. That's what I'm doing from now on.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this got a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm thinking to myself, I would never watch this on purpose. People just put these up into the queue of 90 to 100% because they feel they have to or something. I don't fucking know.
Well, I think you have a whole group of people that are, I would say, like the top. I would say, I mean, what like 50% of all people watch movies, and maybe 1% of people like movies like this, but that 1% are
the ones
comprised
doing
of
all
like
the reviews?
directors and and reviewers and like directors. And,
So
What are you saying? I'm dumb? I mean,
No.
But like at the same time,
the saying you're not one of those people.
I'm not an
that's
intellectual.
all.
Right, exactly.
you don't want to be like intellectual kind of means that they pretend like they want to feel better than everyone else by like liking things that other people don't like because they're unlikable.
Right. See the way the light comes off of the window. It's so intentional.
Yeah.
Again, it's also just a different time in history for us. We're not as nearly as influenced by these films as other people were that came before us, like these directors and writers and so forth. So this movie had a big impact when it came out. And
so are you saying there's going to be like a point in time where like all of a sudden all these ratings just get reset? Because like a bunch of people are going to die.
There's going to be like 100 years from now, if people are still alive, there would be like people like us going, "Oh God, the Coen brothers, Jesus Christ, I hate them." And just like, they're so overrated. I don't understand, or whatever. Choose whatever modern films that we like, and it could just be the same thing because they're just it's just a different time, or maybe everybody's already adopted the Coen brothers techniques hundreds of times or whatever, and so it's just no big deal to see it. I don't know. Or it's like, this isn't in 3D hologram.
Yeah, but I mean, you're saying like we're desensitized to its impact. I found this movie pretty unique in what it was doing.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to help TC here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I can't stay focused on any of that. I tune right out. I mean, I probably put in about 45 minutes to 50 minutes of watching it, and then I just stopped watching it. It's like, this is terrible. I can't do this.
Is that a punt? Is that a punt?
I don't even know what this. I'm like, I don't even know what the story is about. No. I made it to the goddamn end where they're fucking holding hands on the mountain and they're going to death.
Like knitting a scarf or doing something you've never done before.
Fuck all this shit. I was sitting there like, I hate this fucking movie. I still, to this moment, I still really don't know what it's about. So I don't know.
I don't know. We should mic you up for these
during the movie.
My friend was sitting there and she was just like, I could honestly listen to you talk shit about this movie for the rest of the night. And then it got for like 10 seconds longer and she was like, you know what? I don't like this movie either. We can change it. I was like, thank you. Like, next. Show me bad TV. Something I don't have to pay attention to.
I would like you to be mic'd for it because it just might be like, an hour in and just hearing how angry and upset you are about the whole thing.
Like, it's just fucking smash. Like the fucking room's just getting destroyed. Like,
yeah, it'd be like Paranormal Activity cam for TC.
Oh my God. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't enjoy this one. I just think I'm not a fan of Ingmar Bergman at all.
Yeah, fair.
It's just all so deep.
Yeah.
It's also like, I don't know, just bullshit. Film bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyways, but what'd you guys think?
John, how about you go second?
Well, I didn't hate it nearly. I didn't suffer as much as TC did. That's for sure. I thought it was interesting. Certainly, this film was like, really, really highly revered and imitated, recreated. So it's certainly very influential. My favorite was the early '90s MTV produced. Yo, it's the Seventh Seal Dog. That was my favorite.
What the fuck is that? Can I look that up right now?
Yeah, that sounds funny.
Come on, let's talk about death, baby. Let's talk about everybody.
Is that Weird Al?
What? I don't know what that is, but I like it.
Anyway, no, it's all made up shit.
Wait, you just made all that up?
You just made all that up?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, that's great. Good job, John.
What?
That might be the best part
I'm
of this movie
Googling
so
it.
far.
I'm getting like Scott Walker and Testo and getting weird shit here.
TED Talk. The fucking, Z-Dog
I should have
MD.
let it go. I should have kept going on.
Death, baby.
You didn't see that? Yeah, Salt and Pepper way in it, man.
But how about this Ingmar Bergman?
Yeah, how about, the ideas are interesting. I mean, again, I think that it depends how you think about it. This idea about thinking about death and this idea that everything, religion, whatever, and maybe again, I didn't listen to the commentary, and this is just more my interpretation of it.
Cowie!
But so I could be wrong. But the sort of feeling I got from the film is just more that all of this stuff is just because of death, and death has no answers. religion, the sort of whatever these people do, like flagellate themselves or suffer or whatever, trying to make meaning out of things or decide to burn somebody else. It has nothing to do. There's nothing there. And Death himself said, I have no answers for you. But we're all going to die, and we all suffer miserably, or we grow old and die, and that's if we're super lucky, and that sucks too.
So let's make a movie about it and watch it. Yeah. Kill me slowly in the process.
I know, but I like thinking about that. So that's something I really liked about the movie, because I felt like that was kind of, at least that was what it got me thinking about, and I liked that sort of like frame, the way it was framed, and I like this idea that, and again, I don't know, in some ways I don't know how well realized it was, but this idea that each of us is playing this game with death, and we're going to lose, and death will cheat, and we're screwed, but we will try, however we do it, whether it's we're going to believe certain things, we're just not going to think about it, we're going to burn somebody else, and so we're just going to like try to react to it and try to somehow pretend like we control the situation, or we'll die and we'll go to happy heaven, for some reason. And it really, it's all about, we have this awareness of our own pending demise, and how we respond to that is really interesting. And so I think that was kind of what I got from the film, and I liked that a lot. And I think maybe that was that, again, who knows? The commentary may say something totally, completely different, but
Commentary's worthless.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It is fucking
I love
worthless.
that you hate this
It's
guy.
just like a bunch of name dropping shit or whatever. It's like, I don't know.
have some good descriptions of what it's like. I'll say that in commentary time.
Love it.
That overall theme was fun. And then some of the characters, I liked the Squire was pretty cool. I liked how he did the cat hiss at the night, like 2 or 3 times, where he was like, just expressing his dislike of the night behind his back.
I didn't recognize that happening.
Oh, he did it like 2-3 times where he just like did this, he like did this hiss kind of thing at him. And
weird.
I like, the actors were charismatic to look at, and they, except what's his name, who was the juggler, was the crappiest juggler I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's a professional
like
juggler. He only juggled 2
barely
freaking balls.
juggling
2 balls at a time? What is that?
Barely.
Seriously. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, that's not juggling. That's like what kids do when they first get taught.
That's like, exactly. Yeah. So that was some bad juggling.
But he was good at like somersaults and shit.
Yeah, no, he was a very expressive actor, and
he was obnoxious.
Yeah.
You didn't like him? I like that guy.
I didn't like any of them.
I'm sad because I also I was reading like the wiki page. This episode brought to you by Wikipedia. Please feel free to donate. Anyway, looking at the Wikipedia page.
Fuck. Now he's Wikipedia. Jeez, what are you doing over there?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Did you wrap your car with a McDonald's ad too? You fuck?
No. This podcast was brought to you by Hello Me Simply Casper.
Okay. Not sure what that is, but let's go for it.
I'll tell you.
Hello Fresh MeUndies, Simply whatever, and Casper mattresses. John!
Listen, we live in a subscription economy. So what you need is something that's going to give you something periodically, and you pay every month for it.
Like
so
us, give us your cash.
Right. Yeah. Let me talk here, because this is important, because I got one of these. Best mattress I've ever had, I'll tell you. And every week, twice a week, I get freshly prepared ingredients to make my own home-cooked meals.
I want to punch you in the face.
Yeah. Every
mattress,
month, I get razor blades every month. And every 6 months, I get new underwear.
Yeah, wow.
And it's a home security system.
Every 5 years, you get a new mattress?
Yes, and because it cares about my masculine health, it will also prescribe me erectile dysfunction drugs.
Ooh.
Well, what's funny about mine is every time I put on a fucking movie from 1960 and before, it just says, don't even bother. And I'm like, thanks, man. That's great. Right. Where's my food? I got my delivery. Yeah. What's going on?
So anyway, brought to you by Wikipedia. So I one of the sort of key things that happens as far as plot goes in the movie, I just completely missed. And I was kind of bummed about this. So do you know what happens when when the knight pushes the pieces off the chessboard and Death goes, oh, you won't get away that easily? Do you know
the guy, the wife, and the baby run away.
Right. So that's like key to his character through the whole movie.
Wait, so what happened there?
The guy that you didn't like, the somersaulter, the young blonde girl, and their baby run off.
Right. He's distracting
So
death.
he saved them from death.
He did. Well, supposedly.
So that's where a lot of my questions
distracting-
come in. Is like,
Okay.
we can talk
Well,
about
But
that.
doesn't
so-
death know everything? He doesn't need to be saved.
That's
Like,
you'd think.
No, yeah. Death is all knowing, all powerful. But you know what? You just say, "Hey, Death, look over there, something shiny."
Hey,
he goes,
hey, look up, and then you fucking pull his pants down, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's not
plus
happening.
also he's like, you got this like the night guy who somehow is singled out with death. Everybody he gets in contact with is automatically in his group of, hey, you're all going to die at the same time.
Yeah.
So which one's really death then? Is it the knight or the actual dude?
No,
Yeah,
it's
seriously.
Death.
Because I mean, for the people in the knight's group, it's the knight because he's the one who killed them all.
But they're all gonna
he's,
die.
He's like, because he's
Right.
responsible for their deaths. Because
he's like,
there.
hey, honey, I'm home. Also, you're going to die tonight.
We're all gonna die. But they're all. I thought anyway. So the point is that like the knight had said that he wanted to accomplish one thing in his life, and the one thing he accomplished was saving them.
I don't
was
think so.
saving
No, I don't think that's
I
what it
thought
was.
that's what it was.
My takeaway was that it was his experience having fun in the field, eating the strawberries and the cream.
That's
and
probably
listening.
fair. That's fair too. I thought, but I missed all of. That's kind of more what I thought, but I did not put it together at all that he was distracting death to help save the actor and his wife and child.
Well, the thing is that doesn't work because he's on the beach by himself and he wants to go do something. And if he just stayed on the beach and died, he wouldn't have killed all those other people. So he actually didn't
Right.
save anybody. He actually helped kill like 7 people or whatever it
Well,
was.
that's an
Nice.
interesting point. Yeah, I don't even know about. I mean, the whole thing. I was
Like I
completely
said, what the
confused.
fuck is this movie about?
It's about
You're
death.
proving
at the
it
very
right
least.
now. It's about death, and nobody knows what's happening
Right.
in there. Great.
But it's all about, it's like metaphors for
watch
death and just like reflecting on the idea of death and things
It
like
is.
that.
Isn't just
and that-
going to work every day a metaphor for death? I mean, come on, dude. This fucking movie.
Well, going to work
Yeah.
every day is kind of pushing off the idea of
oh
death.
man, it's too bad I didn't find the work god and say, "Hey, look there," and then run away, and then maybe I'd be okay. I'd be all right. I'd have plenty of money. Who would have thought?
The debt
Yeah.
god, run away from him too.
Yeah. Whoops.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I was confused right at first. One thing that really threw me off for a little while in the film was that he was playing chess with death on the beach, and then he's off. He's like move, and I thought, no wait, you sit down and play a game of chess with death. Why do you stop?
Yeah, and when,
You
and,
know-
how, and what is this like? You know, you can just take a break. Oh no, it's going to happen at our own pace. No, it isn't, pal. Sit down.
Yeah, I thought we'd traveled back in time or something for a while because I was confused because you don't. When do you stop a chess game? You like,
and why
oh,
is
that's it.
death such a wimp?
Yeah, we've done like 3 moves.
And plus,
that's
also,
enough.
why did Death agree to that deal? Because he got nothing if the guy won. He's like, I'm going to kill
Right.
you. And he's like, wait. How about 50-50 chance I don't die? And that's like, all right.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
These are good odds.
I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
All right.
Death being death knew that he was going to die all along and it didn't matter. So he was just having fun. I don't
So
know.
take your time. You could, but isn't that avoiding
Yeah.
death? Because shouldn't he just be dead already?
He loses that chest. All right. Wait. Death. One more. No
Whoa,
blinking
dude.
contest. Blinking contest. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah.
checkers? Can we do checkers? Can we do
Checkers.
Let's do checkers.
Dodgeball. What is dodgeball?
Hey, Connect Four,
I'll show
Connect
ya.
Four.
You throw things at people.
Connect-
It's awesome.
He just starts listing out every game, and that's what prolongs his life.
Doesn't that was like the Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey thing? I never watched that movie, but I think it was like referenced in the Wikipedia article that's what they kept suggesting other games for Death to play with them.
Oh,
Like
I had
Twister.
seen that, but that was a long time ago. That movie
And
sucked,
Death
by
kept
the way.
losing.
That
Yeah,
movie was
I-
bad. Yeah.
I heard it was. Yeah, it lived up to its name.
I actually watched something on Vox last night about how like bad movies for some reason are more watched sometimes just because they're bad. What is that about? Generally, like, why do people like to watch? Like, I'm wondering, and I was sitting there
It's
thinking
more
later,
fun.
I'm like, I'm wondering if that's what this kind of shit falls into, though, right? It's like, no,
No.
you have to watch it. It's old. It's good because
but
it's old.
it's not bad. But I don't think there's any sense that you're
It,
enjoying.
to me,
the
is
badness of it.
bad. That
Right.
movie fucking sucked. So therefore, in my head,
It's bad.
There no one else lives.
But you never watched this one because it's bad for entertainment. There's entertainment.
no, I
bad.
was forced to by some fucking
Yeah.
list made by a bunch of dummies and
By a couple assholes that I will
by
not
a
name.
couple- No, you're not the dummies or the assholes. It's the list.
Right.
Oh,
The
this
users behind the list.
This would be on any list. Whatever list we picked, this would definitely be on that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I take issue
Oh
with
yeah.
that.
Any list, any list of the top 50, 100 movies. I'm surprised it's down as far as it is compared to where it's usually ranked. It's just pretty far down for this film.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess we already figured this out on episode 3, but I just
Yeah.
don't like movies. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, I guess.
Right.
Apparently I don't
this
like
is,
movies.
This is perfect for you. And you also like berating yourself. So here we are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Here we are. Hey, it's funny.
Yeah, that's about all I've got for. I mean, I like the idea that in some ways it's really silly that the death is leading everybody in a dance. But again, that's the idea. It's like we are all like puppets on a string dancing because we know we're going to die. And it's not death. It's not like death is really a character even. It's just our knowledge of death. It does this to us. It freaks us out. And so we respond to it in different ways and try to reason with it and try to haggle, bargain, whatever. And we all have different. We don't have, it's not everybody's different, but we all have these very strong feelings about it. Because of course, why wouldn't you? So yeah, I think that in that alone is kind of understandable why the theme of the film is really interesting. So
I'm going to go ahead and say,
seal, man.
It's the seventh seal.
It's that lamb opening that seventh seal.
You're saying the theme of the movie is good and the rest of it's not good. I would argue that the theme of the movie and the ideas presented in the movie are the movie and the whole reason that it exists.
Wait. What am I arguing?
Man.
Just I would agree with TC that this movie I would probably not recommend. I might recommend it to some people, but it's not the kind of movie. It's very slow. It's confusing. The plot line doesn't make any sense. Some of like the things that happen within the movie don't have any direct metaphors to anything.
I agree. I think what made the film work for me is I just sat back and thought about death the whole time.
I'm saying I really like this movie a lot.
Okay.
Put that out there.
Okay, sorry.
And it was because of the weird stuff in his other movies that I really didn't like because the stuff he said or the character said didn't like connect with me in any way. Like the stuff where they just stop and like just talk. And you can kind of tell they're talking to like an audience because no one really talks like that. It's very play-y or whatever you want to call it. But the ideas they brought up, and I went into this movie thinking it was going to be super religious because all the other movies we've watched, it's like he grew up with his father was a priest, a preacher or whatever. So he's like, but it seemed pretty like agnostic.
I think other than the actor seeing the drama guy seeing Mary and Jesus in a vision at the first, it's pretty much not subscribing to any religion.
Well, I don't know.
It's pretty much right. But that was my thought anyway. Other than that.
They do. So it kind of goes back and forth because you have the guy who uses religion to the squire's master, who I think might have been the main character. Is that true?
Right, the knight.
Okay, so the guy who like convinced the knight to go on the Crusades, which that was confusing.
That guy was like a theologian or whatever, complete rascal now.
Right,
but before he was some kind of like evangelist or something.
Well, I think what it sounded like to me, what I got out of it is that he used his like religious position as like a higher person in the church or whatever to convince people to go on the Crusades.
Right.
And he did that wrongly. And in the movie, that guy died from the plague like first, pretty much.
Right.
And then you have the people
who
are
did
like
terrible things and was about to rape a girl. And I mean, he was just an awful person.
Yeah. And then you have the knight and the squire who the squire jokes about, or like not jokes, but he mentions like, I could rape you, and he's not a good guy. I assume the knight probably killed a whole bunch of people. And
but they were brown, so it's all right.
They were brown? Oh, gotcha.
When they
were killing the Crusades, right?
Right over your head.
It did.
I didn't even. What?
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. But also, like, he doesn't fully believe in Jesus and God and things like that, and he's struggling with it. And they die kind of in the middle. But then you have the happy family who are just like, I don't know what the point is, but like they sing songs about Jesus and they seem happy, like they believe, and they're survive.
Just enjoying their lives. They're just like they're just enjoying themselves. They're like in love. They're and
they're singing songs about Jesus multiple times. Right. So like you can kind of tell that they're believers. So I mean, there's something there. What the movie's trying to say in terms of,
I guess I don't know. I just see that as more of an innocent thing, though. I don't know if I see that as like them.
Well, then what reason is there between like of death picking them when he does?
Death picking. Oh, arguably there's no reason when death picks you. It's just your time. I don't think that death is like some force that decides that you die because you did something bad.
You don't think so?
Is death? No, death is
they
just
did.
random.
We wouldn't have jail.
When it's your time. It's your time. TC, that's awesome.
Everybody in jail is innocent.
Yeah. I mean, literally, right? Like, come on.
That'd be a great system then, right? You know?
Why we have
You
jail?
just picked my pocket. No, I didn't.
Hey, no, you're dead, actually. It doesn't matter because you just picked a pocket. That's the end of that. Yeah, no need for jail. We kill on sight.
Ooh, my neighbor's wife is sexy.
Dead. See ya. Oh, you're thinking about sex, are you? Dead. Boom. Yeah, no, that's what jail's for.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like one of the weirdest parts, but I don't know. It was kind of a weird movie, so I kind of I don't know what to think about it. It's a tough one to think about, but I did like a lot of the dialogue. Like I was scared in the descriptions multiple times in the movie. Specifically, like scared, like the way they were describing things. How they described how like that person who was possessed right before she was burning, they were like, her brain is realizing the terror of like the emptiness beyond the moon or something like that.
Right.
It's like the way they describe things and like how they're so sure that there's just nothing at the end is fucking scary.
Yep. That's what I like. Again, I like that was
I liked it too.
Focus. I mean, it's great that and that's, I don't know, then you're not necessarily like, and this is maybe what these kinds of films are really trying to do in some way. It's like you're not then sort of picking apart the plot or whatever doesn't really matter anymore, right? It's really more about the place it puts you, right, in your head, in terms of what you start thinking about, and that's when you realize this is a masterpiece, DC.
Jeez,
I don't know.
What are you, some kind of idiot? You a non-intellectual over there?
Yeah. I mean, yes, yes, and yes.
Proudly, yes.
Proudly, yes. I approve this message.
It's a different thing. It's something, I don't know. But
it's not. It's a different kind of movie. It could have been. I think this movie probably could have been just as good as like a book or some other piece of
not
media.
a movie.
Yeah, like it didn't really need to be a movie to me, just because that's not. I didn't take away like good acting or like good editing or good scenery or anything like that.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. In fact, when you start thinking about it, it gets really silly. It's like, I just don't get it. Like, he's going to set up the chess piece. Like, you sit down and play a game of chess, damn it.
Yeah.
You don't like do it over weeks. And what do you got to take the board with you, and then you got to put all the pieces back where they were. How do you remember where they were anyway?
And if you can do that and remember where the pieces were, and you knock it over and you pretend like you don't know where the pieces were. Come on, Knight. Come on.
Yes.
You're better than that.
I didn't even get that deep. That's too deep for this for me. I don't need to even get that deep. This is dumb. Don't want to watch it. Fuck.
And even
gotta watch it.
So there are also parts to keep praising it, like that. Those parts were scary where they'd talk about like, when you die, you're probably just going to go into nothingness forever. That's the most likely option. But you're alive right now. You can move your hands. You have blood in your veins. You can wiggle your toes. So like, enjoy it, because what can you do?
That's amazing. That's really like, as somebody who isn't religious at all, that's I completely agree with that.
Yeah, it's my point of view in the world. So like, I'm just kind of like, wow, damn, all right.
You can think about, and you can even do this and think about all the horrible things that are going on in the world and how we're all going to die, and how probably sooner or later all humanity will be wiped out one way or another. We'll kill ourselves or die off. That's probably
the sun's going to explode eventually. Like if we're talking about the entire timeline of the world.
And so, but look at what we can do. I mean, look at our ability to even help each other, but also be creative and invent things and have technology. That's stunning. It's amazing. It's amazing that we have this faculty to do this. And yet we suffer and we're terrified of our own impending doom, or our own impending non-existence.
It's the most annoying part of being alive, and it's so weird how everyone shares the exact same fear.
It's really probably it might be really, really irritating to say this to somebody who has faith in things, but and again, it's just, and maybe we should have this out. I don't know, because it might be too annoying to anybody who has faith. But I feel like that's really that's the core even of faith, is that behind it is this fear of nothing happening, this real fear of death and it meaning nothing. And that's
I'm on the other side. I'm like, death's going to be fucking fantastic. No more fucking work. I don't have to do any of this bullshit I hate doing.
Even if it's like Oblivion, TC, you're good with that?
Great.
TC, there's no beer, there's no CSI. Come on.
I don't need it. I'm dead. It's great. I can't, literally, maybe this is why it doesn't hit me. I'm just like, I hate this fucking show. Death is going to be awesome. Death definitely doesn't look like that. I don't give a shit about any of this. and it doesn't get me to think of anything but, can I turn this off immediately?
That's a
fair.
unique point of view.
Yeah.
Well, it's maybe this movie this is more of a third world problem or a first world problem person movie, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're sitting there kind of comfy or whatever, and you've had a rougher like background in some ways, TC, or I don't know if I'm just annoying you at this point.
Yeah.
By saying
No,
this.
you're
I don't
good.
know. Where you've had moments of trying to survive or whatnot. I have not. I have like friends that like are from Iraq and stuff and have gone through the wars and stuff and have their houses fucking bombed.
Right.
And
That's
they have
insane.
different takes on shit like this than I do
Right.
because I've like been safe my whole life.
Hey,
and
you're
I've
sitting
never
around
had
with all
any-
this time to worry about death.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the
I've never
fuck?
had this. I've never had the real fear of. I've never faced it, honestly, but I've only had the idea of it and been terrified of it because I've never had it around me in any realistic way. Sooner or later, it's going to get there, right?
Mhm.
But
And it's gonna
it might be,
suck.
right? But it might be,
It'll be great.
that this kind of view of death is more for somebody who's pretty comfortable, you know. And it still
Which would have
sucks.
been the audiences back in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. So I don't know if that makes any sense.
States, anyway.
No, I agree.
Like you get to have this all intellectual thing, and you're not somebody in some fucking bombed out house trying
Yeah,
to find
exactly.
food, you know, like sitting there, look at that intricacies of life. Look, I've got hands, I've got feet.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I can't
Yeah.
eat.
The kid's not eating. He's like, dude, I saw death the other day, too. I almost fucking passed out. I haven't had rice in 5 days. You guys are fucking killing me.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to. So those
I don't know.
are totally justified in believing what they need to survive and feel
Well,
good about
right.
what they have.
Of course.
But it doesn't
Preface.
give them any more insight to anything. The
No.
real answer is nobody knows. And
No, but
Yeah,
even,
nothing's going to happen. You're just
even
going to die.
religion can
Right.
be like this beautiful creative thing where we use it to help ourselves through it, and it can be a really awesome thing. Again, that there's certainly people that just use it to pat themselves on their back while they're being disgusting and evil, but that's certainly not the way it is for everybody. It's also yet another creative way we try to get by and try to survive.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I'm crossing the road, I look right, there's a fucking bus coming at me dead ahead. I'm not thinking about the Ingmar Bergman movie. I'll tell you that much. That's definitely not crossing my mind. So that's all I'll say.
yeah, one of the good lines in the movie was, "We must make an idol of our fear
shit.
and call it God."
No,
Right.
we must not. We don't have to do that.
But we must, and we,
must
do.
just get out of the way of the bus, Denny.
You're supposed to just move. If you can't move, that's on you. No, I don't know.
But I mean, I agree though. I see your side of it, Denny. I think I just like the thoughts. I just liked how the thoughts it provoked.
Hey, I'm a masochist. Love
Maybe.
thinking about death.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a friend who reads the death book. She's like, I'm reading the death book. I'm
What's
like,
the
why are
death
you reading the
book?
death book? I don't fucking
There's
know.
a
She
death
probably
book?
told me the title like 4 or 5 times. I probably forgot about it every time. She's
The death-
loves
what's the
fascinated by the death book. I don't know what that
what's
means.
the
If I
death
Google
book?
the death book, will that be a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna have to
doing
ask
exactly
her now.
that.
What's the title of
The
the
death book.
Death book.
Death, the art of living.
The death book through the ages.
That could be a lot of things.
I like Death, the art of living. That's pretty awesome. It just seems confused.
Death, a chess game? Is that it? No. I'm just
Your
kidding.
death book, a practical guide to assembling the information of your family will if you ever need, or if you're ever in an accident missing or dead.
Oh, there you go. That actually sounds
or
interesting.
dead. Yeah.
Or dead.
Well, I got Death, the art of living here. 4 out of 5 stars on Amazon.
Or there's a Wikipedia that's death, and then in parentheses, book.
Hey,
Hey.
it's a book. It's
Oh,
death.
and then there's the Book of the Dead.
Ah, yes.
Isn't that from Evil Dead?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, there's like the Tibetan Book of the Dead too, but
The Handbook of the Recently Deceased?
How about the death book, the
isn't
kids
that like
book?
Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Where do the dead go? Where does God look?
Right.
What does God look like?
Did you get anything from the plague stuff, TC? Was that like, did that make you think at all about how shitty it would be at least to live back when the plague was going around? Or are you so out of it that you didn't really care?
It's probably a fleeting moment of, oh yeah, the plague. Oh, the plague. Yeah, plague. Plague. Anywho, what's going on here? Is that going on back in the Crusades? I don't even fucking know the history. Part of me doesn't even know the history either, right? And I'm Christian, supposedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly born into it.
Born into it. I'm
necessarily mean
allegedly
anything.
Christian. Yeah, Catholic, whatever.
So the Crusades occurred between 1096 and 1291.
Whoa.
And the plague, Black Death.
The Black Death, 1347.
Oh, so it wasn't the same
1351, so-
time.
No, another plague.
It was 100 years off, or 50 years off.
It's probably Ingmar Bergman doing a little bit of creativity there.
Oh, it was peaking in Europe from then.
Yeah.
The Black
Just
Death.
right then, yeah. The plague really, was doing tours.
Yeah.
Bunch of fans.
We're out here.
you know.
We're going all over UK.
Yeah.
We'll be making stops.
Normally you put out the sophomore album and it's a downturn, but the plague really, they surprised us all. They did.
They did good.
You don't see very many movies on the plague.
No, but it makes. Again,
I feel like a
it's the
zombie
perfect-
movie is the
It's
movie
a great
about
backdrop
plague.
for this, where people are responding to it, and this idea of these group of people, which did happen. They were like berating themselves, basically saying, "Look, we must have done something really bad because God is punishing us like this."
And if you're going to talk
we're
about having too
sorry,
much free
guys.
time, those guys, come on.
Yeah, but they're saying, "Look, we're really sorry. All right. In fact, we'll punish ourselves some more. So but we're with you on this. Could you stop now?"
Dude, those people were so misinformed. They actually spread the plague more than like any other group of people.
fair.
Wow.
Because they were just because they'd go from town to town and just have open wounds and just be dragging disease from town to town.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
That's what you get for
They didn't
guessing
die.
at weird shit and thinking you know what you're doing.
And then some of
They're
them
trying,
didn't die.
man.
Where was death then? Huh?
Yeah, because he was
Huh?
busy playing chess.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. He's too
Cutting
busy
down
on the
trees.
He's practicing dodgeball because he lost a couple times and let a couple
Yeah.
people off.
Yeah.
beach. There's someone in
God
front of
damn
him
it,
going,
Bill
here,
and
boy, here,
Ted."
boy, here, boy, here, boy, here, boy. And then just going in circles. Here, boy. Frisbee,
Bill and
check the
Ted
frisbee,
are
check the
immortal
frisbee.
now. Is that what you're saying?
Sure. I don't know what. I have no idea. I don't want to see that movie.
You
No.
don't have to. That's the beauty of movies. Unless you're watching some list that, is made up by users that don't know anything.
My expectations for this movie are really low too.
I figured they might be.
Yeah, because Persona was really bad.
Bad.
Fanny and Alexander, really good.
Really
I just gotta
good.
keep bringing it up.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
mean,
we
yeah,
really
yeah,
liked
I'm
that
still
movie.
fighting that one for now.
I just remember liking that movie and looking forward to more Ingmar Bergman films.
Yeah, I like the color. in
Yeah.
this. Like
and
none of
then
these
the
are colored.
black and white came back. Yeah. Exactly.
guess so.
Denny, you nailed it.
Yeah, like the
That's exactly what I was
cinematography in
thinking.
Fanny and Alexander was
Oh,
Amazing.
the candles, man.
yeah.
I
was
still
so good.
remember the candles.
I just saw a movie with a bunch of candles in it. You guys should see it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The Favorite. You ever heard of that one?
No.
No.
It's in theaters. It's by the guy who did The Lobster and Dogtooth.
Oh, The Lobster. Of
Yeah.
course. How could I forget?
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh,
Come on.
it's on
The
Netflix.
Dogtooth was the family incest one.
The favorites.
The one where they had their kids locked in their house and they told them all the
yeah,
fake
Dog
things.
Dad. No, that was rough.
Dogtooth was really weird.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
great movie.
Yeah.
So getting past all this deep death talk stuff,
Yes.
Right.
I wanted to walk through a couple parts in the plot. Starting
Okay.
with,
I suppose.
those horses are drinking seawater. That can't be good.
Yeah, I was
That doesn't
wondering
seem
about
right.
that. I was like, that
mean,
doesn't seem. I totally agree. I was
The horses have
confused.
a higher salt tolerance. I mean, we do give them giant blocks of salt, so maybe they're okay with it more than humans would be.
Horses drinking seawater. Let's see.
Wouldn't that suck if you were like thirsty as hell and you were by the ocean with your horse and the horse was fine and you're like, I'm gonna fucking die.
yeah, salt water is very bad for a horse. So,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
Ingmar Bergman somehow had death also telling the horse to go
Yeah.
drink the water.
All right, we got to get both of the horses drinking at the same time because they're gonna die about 5 minutes after we get the
yeah,
shot.
right.
Drinking salt water enhances rehydration in horses dehydrated by furosemide administration and endurance exercise.
Oh,
This
so-
is an abstract here from PubMed here.
but it's not
Um,
something they should be doing as they're grazing grass.
I don't know, but I don't know. They just threw the horses out there and they just started drinking. They're like,
Yeah, right. That's
Hey,
true.
Ingmar,
That's
do the
probably
horses
it
know
is,
what they're
John.
doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
does it look good in the camera? Yeah, actually, it looks
Yeah.
great. All right, let
It's
him drink.
fine.
I don't
All
know.
right. Or
That's not my
maybe
problem.
they might pass out. So hurry up and shoot. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, if they start twitching, we can get some other good camera angles and shots. and stuff.
We will see about Death like looking up from his chess game and the horses fall over. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty good. When he grabs that, so there's like a monk that he's trying to get the attention of when they're first journeying across the hillside or whatever.
Well, and the dead monk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like, he grabs the monk's head and like jerks it up. If that dude was alive, he would have snapped his neck anyway.
Huh.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah, he
I
like
didn't
jerk.
know.
Like if you grab someone by like the
You're
sides of the
not gonna
head,
snap some. Yeah, you're not gonna snap somebody's neck just by jerking them.
if they're old, he didn't know how old he was.
Really? I don't know.
I have
man.
no idea.
You've seen too many Michael Bay movies.
Maybe true.
Yeah, where they
Fucked
just
up
like, you
my,
just flinch and it breaks their neck.
Nicolas Cage. Take that, a-hole. No, wait, I didn't do it right. Take that, a-hole.
There you go.
Yeah, that's the inflection.
Perfect.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
the inflection you want.
Thank you. I've been practicing, but I forgot that I was practicing.
Yeah.
But then I remember.
Got that movie in your head. That was the goal. Wanted to get that Nicolas Cage in the head. That person sitting outside the church in the stocks, is that what it's called? I thought that for a second was the wife of the circus performer. Or either of you
because
confused
she
in that?
was blonde and Nordic looking.
Blonde, Nordic, skinny, same age. Yeah, she looked the exact same.
Yeah.
She did look
a little
similar.
bit like, yeah. She was strange. She looked all happy that Death was there at the end.
No, she didn't, right? I thought the person who was going to get raped earlier.
No, the girl that the squire had saved from
Right,
being
right.
raped. I thought that's right.
I think it was
Oh, wait,
because
are you talking about somebody else?
I'm talking about
confused
the
now.
blonde girl. That was BB Anderson that was in Persona and also Wild Strawberries.
Wait, so what was she in the film?
She was the mother of the baby and the wife of the circus performer.
And you thought she was the same as
The person that was that ended up burning the witch lady.
Oh,
that was
you did?
possessed by the devil.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
I had to look
mean,
it up, and I was like, "What? This
all
is
these women
fucking
sort of
weird."
look the same a little.
It would have thrown
But
me
yeah.
off too because in Wild Strawberries she does play two different characters, and I was like, "Wait, is she doing this again?"
Oh, right.
This
That's
is fucking
true.
weird.
Igmar, you sly dog. Are you
Yeah.
doing that again?
Well, he was fucking
son
her at
of
the
a
time,
bitch.
so you know
Oh, was he?
it would have been
Yeah.
justified. Yeah, he fucked a lot of the people in his movies.
Oh,
Yeah,
Amy, can
it's
I
good.
please play? I want to play her too. All right,
Yeah.
dear.
All right, hon.
All right, dear. Fine.
You know what you got to do though. That's right. Yep.
What, he slept with everybody in this film?
Everybody? No.
No, but
A
he
lot of
slept. He
people.
slept with a lot of the stars in his movies. If you see
Ah,
like a
I gotcha.
woman that's been in more than one of his movies, chances are he slept with them. Like he had kids with
Ah.
multiple people. I think we talked about this
Wow.
during the Persona episode.
Yeah.
So go
I'm
back.
glad I
I mean,
forgot
when he
all about
wasn't
it.
in the freaking hospital with his stomach going nuts. 'cause
Yeah.
He wrote
Persona
this is
in
yet
the
another-
hospital. He wrote this one in the
this
hospital.
This one in the hospital with an ulcer. Not a happy guy.
Hmm.
Maybe he had good insurance and he just used it as an excuse not to work and sit around and write screenplays.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to the hospital.
Oh, my
Gonna
stomach
write a
hurts.
screenplay.
Really? Yeah, it
Hey,
hurts.
yeah.
Trust me.
Dude, they bring me food. I just sit there. It's perfect.
There was one part that I thought was hilariously terrible in this movie. Was there one part that was painful to watch? Physically painful to watch? You know what I'm saying?
Don't remember.
I don't know about physically. I hated the.
Auditorially painful?
Oh well, I did not. Well, I did not like the play that they put on. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty yucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really bad. You know what? Remember that part, TC, where you
I
kind of
mean,
zoned out?
given the guy's juggling, that sort of seemed to match everything else. It's
Yeah, the crows.
I mean,
Yeah.
these were some bad troubadours or
Oh.
whatever you'd call them, minstrels. I don't know what they were. Bad.
The guy would just like have the
actors.
flute and he's like, doo, 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 and they're just like dancing around like fucking idiots. People would pay to see that. Is that how bad things were back
I
then?
can't imagine. Yeah, that's how bad they were.
But that part, the mixing was really bad. Whenever they did the animal sounds, it scared the shit out of my cats and made my ears hurt.
Oh.
So that was the only part I would say was bad.
I was sort of like it seemed a little like the knight got wimpy at the end, praying to God.
He was
Like
afraid
when
of
he
death
was-
the entire time, wasn't he?
I know, but it just seemed, I don't know. He was afraid of death, but he seemed like defiant and wanting some answers. I don't know. It just seemed, I wasn't expecting that. That's all. Does that make sense? When death finally came and he's like, oh, forgive us sinners, blah, blah, blah.
I kind of liked it because I'm not sure
It
if
just
I.
shows he broke down, sort
Yeah,
of.
I mean,
or-
people are going to do that. Like, who knows what your reaction is going to be when you
Fair
know,
enough.
like
That's fair.
the girl
Fair
who
enough.
was
When
mute,
you really
like
finally
became
yeah.
unmute and she wanted death, and he was like,
Oh, yeah. She was all excited. She was like all happy.
because apparently she had a horrible past couple of months or
Right.
whatever.
So she's like, all right, it's all over. That's great. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
And he was just like, he wanted to feel comfortable with it and he didn't get the answers he wanted, but then he's at the end without the answers and he's like, fuck. Like, there's no guarantee. It could be nothing. This is no good. I mean, don't you think that's kind of in line with his character, I guess? I don't know.
I guess so. I don't know. I kind of maybe it is in line. I was hoping for something better from him.
Like he was going to just be like, take me now. I am a brave
or
knight.
he was going to be defiant or something. You know, he seemed to have some like anger behind him or something. So I just sort of like, oh man,
He's just a cocky asshole that didn't think he was going to
night
die.
dude got all weak. So Timmy, thoughts?
Nah, fuck it.
He just really sucked the life out of Timmy.
Yeah. Sad
Timmy's depressed.
That's sad to see, man.
Timmy's never thought about death before.
From Timmy.
Timmy thinks about death all the time. Fuck you.
Timmy thinks also it's going to be pretty damn sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, Timmy's a fuck yeah. It's gonna be a party, dude. Fuck you.
So yeah, I don't think I have anything else. But
I don't either.
the commentary was with Sir Peter Cowie of the Fourth. I don't know. He's probably some kind of royalty or some kind of head up his own ass group of people. He's like 4 Ingmar Bergman movies we've watched. All 4 of them have had a commentary by this guy. Like,
How does that
switch
happen?
it up. Switch
That's
it
his
fucking
job,
up.
man.
Goddamn idiots.
He must own all the rights. He's just like some lunatic fan.
Yeah. He's certified historian for movies somehow. I don't know how you get that, but he's all things Bergman, I guess, even though he doesn't give that much insight to these movies. Literally I would say 70 to 80% of the commentary is just what the movie would be if there was a track to describe the movie to a blind person.
Oh, like an audio description.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Like he actually was saying the lines of the movie a lot during the movie. And then he would describe what he's like, notice how he walks in the room here and then stares at him. Like I'm noticing it because that's what's happening on the movie. Like this is how you watch a movie.
Fuck.
He like would say the lines over the people. There was a couple times where he's like, oh, there was a very good exchange here that is reminiscent of the whatever films of the 1950s. Let's just listen together. And he'd sit there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, what are you doing? This is supposed to be a commentary. I want to be learning about this shit. You don't have anything.
Let's just listen together and enjoy this great movie.
So I'm very happy that I won't be listening to this guy's voice anymore. And even if you're a huge fan of this film, I couldn't see it being of use of your hour and a half, which is how long it was on 1.5 speed, which is what I watched.
Wow. That Jesus Christ, that bad.
And I've watched. I think I skipped Wild Strawberries, but John, you listened to that one. So I've watched 3 commentaries of this guy on it. God, it's been the worst part of this podcast so far.
It's just he doesn't really talk about in depth about the movie or anything more. He just talks about the people and this guy was in this film.
He's like, oh, he went on to have a successful career in this other movie. And you're like, what? I'm not reading the IMDb credits page here, man.
Yeah.
I don't need X-ray. I just need your fucking commentary.
that was like this scene. Sometimes it would be somewhat interesting in Wild Strawberries, where like this scene recreates a previous scene from another silent film that you've never seen, or something like that. But,
that sounds real riveting.
Did you guys notice they ate wild strawberries in this movie?
Of course they did.
Oh,
I heard her say something about wild strawberries.
And you came to from your stupor.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I was like, are we watching that movie again? Fuck.
Shit, did I put on the wrong one? God damn it, they're going to be mad at me.
Don't tell me I just wasted an hour here. Talking to myself and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was stone cold sober for this one. So.
Part of your problem.
Yeah.
Another problem.
About it.
So there were a couple things that I glazed. These are not going to be great pieces of trivia, and you could learn them elsewhere. Anyway, but like 1/3 of the European population died in the Black Plague, which is crazy. It's a lot of people.
But that's exactly what Revelation predicted.
Is it?
Well, not 1/3 of the European population, but one of the things they say, and the Revelation stuff is crazy.
Dude, I tried to I read 2 different interpretations of the Revelation section or whatever you want to call it that this is from, and I couldn't make a lick of goddamn sense of it.
It's insane, but it's you should I don't know if you like the last podcast on the left, but they
have listened to that, yeah.
They did an episode this week on Revelations, on the book of Revelations. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Did they kind of interpret like what it means and stuff?
They try, yeah. The Wikipedia page on Revelations is pretty good too, and does a similar track of just like trying to figure out where it came from and what it sort of meant, whether it was prediction or historical or whatever. But yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, one part of
crazy
the book of
as in like
Revelations-
it sounds like a crazy person is hallucinating and writing down their thoughts.
Yeah, one part of the book, but the imagery and the ideas are just fantastic and pretty damn creative. Like the idea of death riding on a pale horse, or a lot of the stuff that is sort of like common image comes from that. But anyway, also like in one part, I think part of the book of Revelation is like 1/3 of the people on the planet die, but all kinds of weird, silly stuff happens too. But yeah.
Oh, what if the Black Plague was some kind of conspiracy by the Catholic Church to make the revelations come true, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That sounds right.
As soon as the guy got third, they gave him all the antidote. Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm going with that.
Post it on the internet. See what
Yeah,
happens.
it's got to be true. Put it on Wikipedia. They're taking
Yeah.
donations. No.
Yeah.
Where? Timmy. Hey, Timmy.
I'm Mr. Cowie. Let's sit back and enjoy these exchanges. No, Cowie, you goddamn asshole.
Is that really what he said? Let's enjoy these exchanges?
Yeah, that's how we talk. The way he
God
talks
damn
too
it.
is like I see him sitting in a big leather chair, like bigger
he's
than
got
he needs
a
to be.
jacket with the patches in the elbows.
Yeah, and he's probably got like a pretty droopy jaw.
And then a pipe.
He's boring.
Yeah,
and he's
very boring.
lame.
I hope. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's a nice guy, whatever. He shouldn't be in the things anyway.
Yeah, right.
Movie had a $150,000 budget and was made in 35 days, which is not a very much amount of money, and it's not that
No.
much period of time, considering it was like a period piece with sets that were created and things like that.
Huh. That's pretty cool, actually.
One of the coolest shots, I wish they had more examples of this, but this is the only one he mentioned. When they were going into the church towards the beginning, the one where the guy was like painting death on the wall and they have like some talks with the guy. The church you see in the shot as they're entering the church is a miniature hanging from the tree in the foreground. So it's not
Really?
actually a church. It's like a Christmas tree
okay.
ornament with like the scale of the shot makes it look like it's an actual size building.
It's like a Christmas ornament church. Awesome.
Yeah. One of the things he pointed out that I missed in the movie that I thought was kind of cool was when the squire went to go answer the door, like towards the end when Death was there. And he comes back and says, the knight asks him if he saw anybody. And he's like, nope, nobody there. I thought that he didn't see anybody, but the guy's like, if you look back towards the beginning of the movie when he saw the dead monk, he also didn't tell the knight what he actually saw.
Right.
So the squire could have seen Death, and he was just trying to like protect
right.
people for like a short period of time.
Not just protect people, but he's also just he's just got this like dry sense of humor.
He's like, I'll fuck with these guys one last time.
Cause like he did that with that first dead guy where he's like, so didn't say much to you? No, he said quite a lot actually.
Yeah, he was eloquent but grim.
Yeah.
That's definitely there on purpose at the very least. It's part of the character. I don't know. The last thing from the commentary is that I don't know how you noticed this, but the circus guy reads off the names of everybody that's doing the dance of death, and the wife of the knight and also the girl that doesn't speak until the end aren't in the list. But someone who is in the list that wasn't in the group was the name of the bully that died of the plague in the woods.
Oh.
Ravel, something like, I think that's his name, Ravel.
Oh,
So it was
I'm
kind of
confused.
a random assortment of people in the list or in the dance line or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Okay. I assumed it was just everybody that was in the castle that was in the Dance of Death.
The castle at the end when death came.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what you would
I
think.
assumed, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it wasn't for some reason.
Oh, that's surprising and
Yeah.
weird. Yeah.
And this is separate from that because this was recorded on a different day. Like that listing of the people in the dance, I guess, was, a day on the shoot with the carnival guy, but they actually sent everybody home, all the actors, the day they needed to get that shot. So they got a bunch of tourists and stage hands to be those people in that shot.
Nice.
So none of the actors are actually doing the dance of death in that shot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They just had, which is fine. They were all silhouetted anyway.
Yeah, he couldn't really make it out.
Yeah. And that's it, you guys. Ingmar,
Good
nice knowing you.
Ingmar.
Nice knowing you, dude.
Hey, IB, it's been good. It's been bad. It's been weird.
It's been very
good,
uneven. It's been very
bad,
unappreciated.
It's been weird. That's perfect, John. I'm not even going to attempt to make a joke after that.
Yeah. TC,
No.
John.
Yes. Denny.
I don't know.
That's
As a
good
book,
no.
yes. As a movie, maybe. As an entertainment piece, no. I don't know. Where does it put it?
It's
That's a
weird.
no. Go with
But
two
as, like, the
no's,
most-
one yes.
Yeah. I don't know. One no, one yes, one dither.
Dither. One death. I died before I could answer it. There's no time
Yeah.
to answer.
Hey, you were playing checkers.
Yeah.
Death was playing chess. can you
And
do?
He said, "King me," and then I died.
I thought we were doing king me.
Yeah.
Nope, it's checkmate, bro.
No. So I'm
literally going to walk outside right now and get hit by a bus. I mean, that's
well, it's nice knowing you, TC.
You're like, shit, I bet TC was thinking about something else than dodging.
Yeah, who would have thought he would have died on the same day we wouldn't see any more Ingmar Bergman movies? I mean, if he's not laughing now, I don't know what he would be laughing about.
I think that would be the revelations are true because of that.
Yeah, right.
As far as I can understand it.
Then we'd have like an Ingmar Bergman like cult. Like, no, dude. The guy got hit by a bus. Oh, yeah, that film's good. That film's good.
So, TC, the next 2 weeks are going to do something to you. I think. In a good way, I hope.
Oh, boy.
In a bad way, possibly.
I'm confused.
What a preface.
We are going to be watching the movie that's on the list, Blade Runner 1982, and then following that, we're going to watch Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, wow. So 2 weeks of Blade Runner.
We're going to watch 2 weeks of Blade Runner because
Blade Runner
these movies
Fest.
are great. Yeah.
Okay.
And you haven't seen these, right? As far as I know?
I haven't seen them. As far as I remember, I might turn it on and have seen it in like,
you should probably, we should agree to watch, I mean,
final
we don't
cut.
have to agree. For the final cut.
Final cut is what we're watching?
Do not watch
right.
anything else but the final cut.
Right. There's many cuts of Blade Runner 1, and you probably want to watch the final cut.
You definitely want to watch the final cut.
Well, we are watching the final cut.
We are watching the final cut.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good.
Yeah. And TC, watch it on a big ass TV.
Oh, yeah. I'll have my sound up.
Big ass sound on.
Sound up would be good.
Yeah.
See, I like this kind of movie.
Well, I don't know. It's a hard
Even
sci-fi.
if I don't like the movie, though.
TC likes dark science fiction. I mean, at least you've been like, that was like when we did our top 50 last time.
Yeah, I like that. I don't mind it.
You had like 12 monkeys, things like that. So I think you'll
Donnie
like
Darko, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
It's true.
Well,
It's true.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right.
I am.
Well,
I'm looking forward to these two.
Are we doing next Monday? You guys around next Monday?
I am not around next Monday. I will be snowboarding next Monday.
Ooh.
Oh, good for you. Well, yeah, I'm like on and I'm gone to Kansas.
Isn't next
Sunday.
Monday like Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about possibly next Thursday? But I don't know if I'll have time to watch the movie before then.
I won't.
We might have to skip a week this time.
Yeah, let's skip the week, I think.
Cool. So
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Blade Runner.
Holy crap. We're going to have a little breaky break.
Oh, nice.
And then start up with Blade Runner in the new year. Oh, that's very exciting.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's better than starting off with this movie.
Yeah,
Fuck.
got it out of the way. Killed Bergman in 2018. All right.
Hey, all right. I like that one. Oh, yeah. Fuck you, Bergman.
All right. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Like us in your favorite podcast app and subscribe as well. You can go to Facebook and Twitter. We're on there. And our website is mission250filmcast.com, where our upcoming list is frozen in time. You can watch these movies with us. You can email us and tell us how wrong we are or how right we are. I don't know. Probably the other one first.
Probably the wrong.
Probably the wrong. That's okay.
That's
because
fine.
we don't agree with each other anyways.
Yeah, right. I don't even agree with myself.
By this episode.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Nice.
But yeah, thanks guys, and have good Christmases. Even though that
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
off.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays,
It's
everyone.
probably well done and past by the time this episode comes out, but still.
Yes.
True. That's
Happy
true.
2019. A couple weeks late.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, boys.
All right, bye guys.
Yeah, take care, guys.
Stop 'em.